Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and I hope every one of you had a great holiday season. First of all, Happy New Year 2021 to each and every one of you who are watching. And in today's video, I will be talking about something that I rarely talk about on my channel, and that is moisturizers or skincare in general. I never really talk about skincare and moisturizers on my channel. This is a first. And if you are wondering that why am I holding the mic like this instead of clipping it to my clothes, that's because this is a lavalier mic and I am an idiot. I didn't know that if you clip it over here, then you really don't get a crisp and clear sound and audio that I actually wanted. And in the past few videos, my audio was terrible, like terrible. There was no fixing in the editing or post production also. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you recommendation of moisturizers because winter is here and I think we are almost in the middle of the winter, but January is also the coldest month. So I hope this video is still relevant. We are going to be discussing about recommendation of moisturizers based on your skin type, especially for normal, oily, dry, and sensitive and acne prone skin. We are going to leave the combination skin products or moisturizers for another video because it's a really big topic. Plus, I haven't really found a good one for combination skin. I haven't tried anything for combination skin. I will be doing a second follow-up video for combination skin types. I know that you guys do not like long and boring intros, but I highly suggest and request you guys to watch the full video and watch not only just the intro but the full video, because it's going to be really easy for you to understand even if you don't know anything about skincare. Trust me, I'm going to be trying to make this so easy that even a kid will be able to understand what is skincare, what moisturizers you should be using, what are ingredients, because at this point of time the skincare has become so complicated that if you're suddenly starting with it, it might be very difficult. And if you are a beginner who is totally confused, like, oh my god, so many ingredients are there, there are actives, there are vitamins, trust me, you should watch this video to clear all your doubts, understand everything in a simplified manner, and then get started with your skincare. Plus, this video is not sponsored. All the products that I'm going to show in video are purchased by me. Nothing is received in PR or anything, so why not like if I get a sponsored video, I won't be honest. I will still be honest, but just giving a heads up. And I have personally been trying out these moisturizers on my skin for the month of December and I think a little bit of November. So it's been more than like 1.5 months, I guess, that I have been testing these products on my skin. Now, if you are still using your moisturizer after seeing a glorified TV ad by Alia Bhatt saying that you are gonna get spotless and bright nikhar within 1 week, then you really need to discard that moisturizer. Listen up over here. There is nothing wrong with Garnier doing an ad or Alia Bhatt doing a Garnier ka ad. What is wrong over here is your approach towards buying a moisturizer just on the basis of a TV ad. हर brand television, newspaper, media, social media में अपना advertisement तो करेगा ही, because that is how they can earn money and do business and survive. There is nothing wrong with that. But you as a consumer, when you have so many options available, it's your responsibility to also make sure that you do the right amount of research and buy the right product for yourself. Garnier might be good for some people, but it's not possible that it's good and the right product for all skin types, right? On top of that, I know that some of you guys might have encountered or come across people saying, who always taunt you for spending a little bit extra on your moisturizers, saying कि अरे तुम 500-600 रुपए का मॉइस्चराइजर यूज़ करते हो, 1000 रुपए का मॉइस्चराइजर यूज़ करते हो, मेरे तो 100 रुपए में हो जाता है. Listen, that's a big red flag that you shouldn't be friends with that person, because first of all, it's your skin and your money. You should be deciding what to do with it, not somebody else, and you should make the right informed decision about it. Body को fit रखने के लिए, सब कुछ healthy रखने के लिए, we go for dieting, we go for gymming, right? तब कोई कुछ नहीं बोलता है. Everybody encourages that, and then people forget that skin is also the largest organ of your body and you need to take care of that similarly. So there is nothing wrong if you are spending a little bit extra on taking care of your skin and giving it the right amount of nutrition. But this is also true, just like you don't need to cheap out on the products because somebody is gonna taunt you, this is also true that you don't need to spend on a very expensive product, maybe 1000-2000 rupees ka products, just because it is very popular and it's very well known and it's very hyped. You need to use your internet, your brain, and do the research and then spend wisely. That's my point. अब चलो असली point पे आते हैं. When we talk about skincare, when we start talking about skincare, we always hear of these two steps. One is cleansing, toning, moisturizing. Cleansing तो हमको पता ही है, and today's video is not gonna be about cleansing, but what is toning? Let me just give a little bit of 2 cents about toning. Now, toner is basically a lightweight formula or a product that is just simply supposed to balance the tone of your skin. Means it's gonna just balance the pH level, okay? If you don't know what is pH level, it's basically the acidic and basic level of your skin, and maintain a healthy pH level for your skin. Guys, I have seen people say that they use toner as a cleanser and then they show you on YouTube also that, see, so much of dirt is coming out, so much of makeup is coming out after using a toner. No, no. Guys, toner is not supposed to cleanse your skin. Toner is supposed to just tone. Okay, if you are using, or if your dirt and makeup is coming out because of your toner, I'm sorry to say this, but you are using a very shitty cleanser, or you're not doing your cleansing properly. Now, coming to moisturization, there are two types of moisturizing products, and that is serums and moisturizers. Serums are basically thinner products which are made of ingredients that will go deeper into your skin, whereas moisturizers are a little bit more thicker and will like give you the same benefits but will not go as deep as the serums. So by now you have already probably guessed that how you should be layering your products. First, you should always go for the serum, on top of that moisturizer, and then your sunscreen if you are using it. It's kind of like an SMS sandwich. First of all, the serum will go down into your skin and give you the hydration, moisturization, nutrition, whatever you need. On top of that, if you apply moisturizer, it's going to lock the benefits of the serum plus give you an added boost of hydration and moisturization. And sunscreen is going to protect you from the sun. And trust me on this, that every single skin type needs moisturizer, the right kind of moisturizer for their skin. Just because you have oily skin, do not skip on moisturizer. Your skin still needs a good moisturizer. Now, if some of you guys might be thinking that why I have oily skin, I produce a lot of oil, my skin already produces so much of oil, I don't need a moisturizer. I will give you the answer to this why also. See, on a daily basis, every skin type faces a lot of common things, that is dirt, pollution, UV rays, sun rays, and your skin does get damaged a little bit, right? Ab dirt, pollution jo aate hai, you need to go out and step out of your house. Yeah, nowadays you wear mask, but mask is not going to protect your skin from dirt and pollution, right? It still goes ahead and attacks the part of the skin that is still exposed. And sunscreen doesn't really provide 100% protection all the time, because it also depends on the type of SPF you are using, the concentration of the SPF you are using. Now we have to combat and deal with this also, right? अब तुम ये dirt, pollution, ये धूल मिट्टी लेके तो सो नहीं जाओगे. You need to come back at home and you need to cleanse your skin as well. You are gonna use a cleanser, a good cleanser, sometimes a really extra powerful cleanser to get rid of the dirt, oil that is also produced, the sweat that is produced by your skin that mixes with the dirt and pollution, and get rid of that, right? Now, that is a good practice. You should definitely cleanse your skin. You cannot avoid cleansing your skin. What happens is that when you start cleansing too much, this is a problem I have seen with oily skin people, because they think, oh my god, my skin is producing a lot of oil, so I should be cleansing maybe 4 to 3 times a day. That's where you are going wrong again, because you're triggering your glands to produce even more oil. And that's why sometimes over cleansing might be one of the reason why your skin is breaking out, even though you are cleansing daily and cleansing a lot. So make sure that you are not really harsh on your glands, on your skin so much with the cleansing, and you need to follow it up with the moisturizer, so that even though there is a depletion of moisture, oil and everything from your skin will still see that okay, there is an external supply of moisturizer, and it will not get the signal to produce more and more and clog your pores. I hope now I have been able to clarify and explain to you guys that why you should be having a moisturizer in your vanity, and you must have a moisturizer in your vanity. Now let me just tell you a few common ingredients that you will find in every single moisturizer: vitamins, minerals, and glycerin, dimethicone, and definitely hyaluronic acid nowadays. Usually इनके sources अलग होंगे, like the vitamin जहाँ से derive होते हैं, the vitamin that is extracted or will be different. And some most popular vitamins that are used in the skincare industry is vitamin A, vitamin B complex, some of the vitamin B complex. If you don't know what is vitamin B complex, it means nothing but actually vitamin B के बहुत सारे type है, तो it's collectively called vitamin B complex. Then vitamin E and vitamin C are very very popular, and every single moisturizer will derive it from different source, but at the end of the day, chemistry level pe it's basically vitamins and minerals. That is why I want to first clarify that which vitamin does what to your skin, so that uske basis pe you can make the decision for yourself that which type of moisturizer you should be looking for, or what vitamin you should be looking for in a moisturizer. The first vitamin that I'm going to talk about is called vitamin A, which is popularly known in the skincare industry as retinol. You might have heard about this term. A lot of celebrity also use and swear by this particular vitamin, and for a good reason. This vitamin is amazing in healing your skin. It gives a good cell turnover and repairs and forms the barrier of your skin, and also can reverse the signs of aging. But there is one thing that you should keep in mind before going for retinol, and that is retinol increases your skin's sensitivity to the sun. So you should not you should avoid using retinol in the daytime, or if you are stepping out in the sun, then you should always make sure that you layer up a lot of sunscreen on top of it. The next vitamin that I'm going to talk about is vitamin B3 B3. This vitamin is also very popularly known in the skincare industry as niacinamide. You might have heard about this term if you follow any other skincare YouTuber. People rave about this particular vitamin, and for good reason. It has a lot of anti-inflammatory benefits and also helps with irritation, itchiness, especially people who suffer from dry skin, irritation, and eczema. This one helps in treating all of these conditions really well. People who have dry skin or faces itchiness, sensitivity because of the dryness, they swear by this vitamin. The next vitamin is vitamin C, which is like a king in the vitamin market or the skincare market, because there are dedicated serum bottles for vitamin C. It's not possible that you haven't heard about vitamin C if you have been doing skincare research for so while, and I'm sure that some of you guys might have already tried vitamin C also. It is a highly marketed as skin lightening, anti-pigmentation, and skin brightening product. All of those are actually true because vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. It reduces the oxidation process that is caused by the sun. It can speed up your aging, give you wrinkles, give you pigmentation, spot pigmentation, and to stop all of these oxidation process, you can use vitamin C to make sure that all of these are slows down. Okay, so it acts like a really good stopper of all these oxidation process. It has also been found and tested that it can also slow down the production of melanin, due to which vitamin C is also marketed, as I said, as a very popular skin brightening and lightening product. But one thing you should keep in mind, that if you're using a raw vitamin C serum, then you need to finish it up very quickly, because vitamin C can break down into something else as soon as it gets exposed to sun and light. It's very unstable, and if you have a vitamin C lying in your shelf and vanity that has turned yellow, please throw it away, because that's not vitamin C anymore, and you are not going to get the same benefits of vitamin C. And the last one is vitamin E, which has the same effect as vitamin C, like antioxidation only, but I think it's a little bit more powerful. But I haven't found a lot of products that has vitamin A, and the studies are also very less and limited. I think that is enough of basic on vitamins for today, but always remember that vitamin might be the main constituent in all the moisturizers, but it's not the only one. If you have oily skin type, go for something that is gel based and non-comedogenic, or doesn't have any oil that can clog pores. If you don't know what is comedogenic, or if you are not sure which oils are comedogenic, there are a few websites that I will link down below where it lists down that which oil has how much of comedogenic property. If the level is 0, it means it's not comedogenic. Anything above 0 is comedogenic. I really like this one because this doesn't have any such products which can clog pores or give irritation. I love that this one has sodium hyaluronate and not direct hyaluronic acid. It is also a derivative of hyaluronic acid only, but sodium hyaluronate actually goes deeper into the skin. And if you don't know what is this, these are basically humectants which can hold 10 times more water than its own size and give you intense hydration for really long term. Next one I have is the Pond's Super Light Gel Water Moisturizer. This one has been called and mentioned as a duplicate of the Neutrogena water gel, but I feel like this one is better than the Neutrogena one and also much more affordable, and I feel like this is very underrated also because the ingredient list is amazing. This has niacinamide in it, guys, and also a lot of antioxidant properties, and trust me, the hydration you get from these also lasts really well. I have tested it out on my skin. I feel like if you ask me to choose between the Neutrogena and the Pond's one, I will choose the Pond's one because this really works amazingly. The next product is the Clinique one, the Clinique Moisture Surge. I have tried the mini tub because it is really expensive, guys, but trust me, it's worth every penny because the ingredient list is amazing. It has Silybum thistle, witch hazel, caffeine, birch bark extract. These are rich in minerals, amino acids, and not just vitamins. It gives you a lot of anti-inflammatory benefits and a lot of nutrition to the skin, plus a lot of moisturization. Now, I cannot really confirm whether the hydration lasts for 72 hours or not. That's really unhygienic to not wash your face and put on a moisturization for 72 hours, but it does last for at least 8 to 10 hours. I have tried it on my dry skin. Trust me, if you are an oily skin person and you want a good moisturizer that will last you really long, then you should definitely try this one. The last one I have is the Lakme 9 to 5 mattifying moisturizer with green tea. The ingredient list of this one is pretty impressive. It has a lot of antioxidant, it has green tea in it, niacinamide, and so on. I was really impressed to see the ingredients present in this, but the problem is when I tried it on my skin, I feel like the hydration is not that good. after 1 hour I felt like my skin needs another layer of moisturizer, if you know what I mean. I don't think that this one performs very well on your skin, even though the ingredient list might seem really impressive. So if I have to rank these products, number one, I will definitely rank the Clinique one because it's amazing. The ingredient list as well as the performance on skin is amazing. Number two has to be the Pond's Super Light Gel. It's affordable. Also, it has a really good ingredient list. You get a lot of skin related benefits from this one. Plus, the moisturization lasts really well. I'm super impressed with this product. On top of that, it is affordable. Then third one has to be the Neutrogena Water Boost Gel, which performs very similar to the Pond's ones, but I'm not happy with the ingredients and the price. And the last one has to be the Lakme 925 Matte Moist. I feel like this one you can give it a pass. This is not like a must-have product. Next, let's move on to the recommendations for dry skin. For dry skin, the first moisturizer I have over here is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Capsule in Serum Gel. If you can see over here that this has capsule beads in it, which they claim that these are vitamin capsules. This one is far better when it comes to the ingredient list than the water gel one, because it has ingredients like hydrogenated castor oil, alanine, and these are very good ingredients that can form a moisture barrier and helps in locking in your skin existing moisturizer. It also has anti-inflammatory benefits as well. This does have sodium hyaluronate in it, which will be acting like a humectant, and I think this is a very smart product because this one will trap the moisture. On top of that, the ingredients that can lock moisture will seal it as well. I love this as my pre-makeup moisturizer and I am still obsessed with it, and I have used this today also before doing my makeup. The next moisturizer that I will recommend for dry skin is this Rice and Ceramide Emulsion. If you have been following me for a while, you will know that I have raved about this moisturizer previously, especially when I tried it immediately like after buying this. I think it's been more than 8-9 months now that I have tried and tested this one. The reason I liked it so much is because it has a very little bit of brightening effect because of the rice water extracts. On top of that, it has ceramide, which helps in forming your skin barrier as well. And I really recommend using ceramide in your moisturizer or in your skincare routine. But recently when I went to my hometown, the humidity over there is a little bit higher than it is over here, and I don't know why it was clogging my pores over there and giving me breakouts. I have no idea which ingredient was doing that because nothing mentioned over here is pore clogging or comedogenic, but it was doing that to my skin. Last product that I will highly recommend for dry skin people is the Face Shop Calendula Essential Moisture Cream. Guys, this one is so underrated, I feel, probably because it has a high price point, but trust me, it's worth it. It has so many anti-inflammatory benefits. This one I will recommend for sensitive skin people also. A lot of people has inflammation and itchiness because of your dryness. I highly suggest go for this. The ingredient list is amazing. Like I will say that Google the ingredient list and you will understand that what I am talking about. It also has shea extract, I guess. That is why it has such a buttery texture, and I just love this on my skin, especially during the winters, and it's my favorite nighttime moisturizer. If I have to choose one moisturizer out of all of this lot, trust me, this is gonna be the one. This will not give you any sort of sensitivity or skin breakouts or anything. It's a very soothing moisturizer, so I highly recommend that try this one if you're suffering from dry, inflamed and itchy skin. Next, I have two moisturizers for normal skin as well as these can be used by dry skin people. One is the Cetaphil Moisturizing Lotion and the second one is the Cetaphil Moisturizing Cream. There is a difference between these two, that is the lotion has macadamia nut oil and this one has refined almond oil. Both of them are great source of vitamins for your skin. The reason I'm recommending this one for normal to dry skin is because these two give really intense moisturization and it lasts really well. This one is a lotion formula, so it's a little bit, and this one is a little more thicker. So if you have dry skin, then I will suggest you go for the cream one, and if you want a very lightweight moisturizer, go for this. On top of them, they are not greasy. I am not a fan of these two because they are not really, the ingredient list is a little bit too simple. I feel nothing revolutionary. Like it will not give you any problem but also give you a little bit of care, but not intense care or intense benefit or a lot of revolutionary ingredients are there in this one. But I definitely can see that why dermatologists might be recommend this to people, because this will not give you any problem, but at the same time, if you are just looking for moisturization of skin, then these two are safe products to turn your heads towards. Lastly, for sensitive skin, I have two products. First one is the Simple Ultralight Liquid Moisturizer. I think this is more of a serum than calling it a liquid moisturizer because I mean feels like a serum, and it dries down to a completely matte finish. So if you have sensitive skin but your skin is a little bit on the oilier side, then you can go for this one. It will not clog your pores at all. On top of that, this has niacinamide, which is going to give you a lot of anti-inflammatory benefits. And not only that, but also witch hazel, thyme, which kills a lot of acne causing bacteria and also soothes your irritation and itchiness of your skin. I think it doesn't give hydration to my skin because I have extremely dry. I need a little bit more. That's the reason this is not enough for me. But overall, I like the performance and the ingredients of this moisturizer. It lasted on my skin for about 3 to 4 hours without feeling any discomfort, but it wasn't really giving my face any plump look. Whereas if you have sensitive skin that is also super dry and needs a lot of moisturizer, then I will suggest that you again go for the Calendula moisturizer. This is amazing. This has anti-inflammatory benefits, anti-irritation benefits, and also gives immense hydration and moisturization. I will suggest that go for this as a nighttime moisturizer. It's gonna save your skin's ass. And with that, I think I am done with my recommendation for today's video. And that is it for today's video. I will do a part 2 of this video, especially for combination skin. I need to try out some different moisturizers that are dedicatedly meant for combination skin, so stay tuned for that. Comment down below if you have any suggestions for me or any other moisturizer that you want me to try. I will be happy to do so. And tell me about your experiences with them. By the way, prices for these will be listed down in the description box along with the links to purchase them. I also get comments about my outfit and stuff. For example, this particular top is from Shein. The neck piece I'm wearing is from Myntra. It's by a brand called Carlton London, and the earrings are from Jewels Galaxy. I got it on Nykaa. I think it was a set of 5 pairs of earrings. I really love this one. And my watch is also by Dressberry. This is available on Myntra, and there is a lot of other makeup details that I will mention in the description box in case you are interested, so don't forget to check that out. I was busy during the Christmas creating content for my Instagram, so if you're not following me over there, then please go and follow me on my IG. My handle will be mentioned in the description box. By the way, there is also a giveaway going on my Instagram. I have posted all the details over there. Don't forget to check that out. The giveaway is open till 31st of January. And yeah, if you're new here, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful and liked it, and subscribe to my channel for more such videos and tap the bell icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video. I will see you soon in my next one. Till then, take care.